Here are three things you need to know about the fiscal cliff. First, we're going to do very little to bring down the unemployment rate in 2013, even though that would be desirable. Second, we will take some steps to reduce the deficit over the next decade. And third, we're going to do very little to reduce the deficit over the next 75 years or so. Let's delve into those three pieces in a little bit more detail. First, coming out of the financial crisis, the economy remains and the labor market remains weak. The unemployment rate is still elevated, and it would make sense when Treasury yields are so low to be making additional investments in infrastructure, for example, today that would help put people back to work. Very unlikely that a fiscal cliff deal is going to do that to any significant degree. Second, we face a medium-term deficit problem. Deficits out in 2020 or so hovering around 5-6% of GDP, and they need to be brought down further in order to put the nation on a stable debt trajectory. There will be some progress made in reducing those deficits, say, in the 2020 time horizon. The thing to look for there is how much is done through real measures like raising marginal tax rates, and how much is done through further reductions in discretionary spending caps without any supporting detail. The more of the latter, the less real the agreement is. And then finally, we're very unlikely to do that much to bring down the long-term deficit over the next 75 years or so, which is arising mostly from Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, our entitlement programs. At best there will be some modest changes, things like changing the indexation that is used to update Social Security benefits, but very unlikely to be a full plan that will substantially reduce those long-term deficits. One of the other factors to watch for over the coming weeks is the Democrats in the White House clearly have the advantage over increases in marginal tax rates, which is going to be a crucial part of the deal over the fiscal cliff itself. But it's not yet clear whether they will also win on raising the debt limit at the same time. And to the extent the Republicans feel like they are giving up a lot on marginal tax rates without any associated entitlement reform coming from the Democrats, their response may be simply to allow a fiscal cliff deal to occur without raising the debt limit, in which case we will have solved the December 31st problem only to find ourselves with a new problem in mid-February.